And I'm going to find my links. And so again, welcome. And oh yeah, we've had a couple that have joined since I said that, saying hi, where you're from in the chat, because we're nosy. And if you're new to Zentangle or just new to us, we won't be on our best behavior. We'll be on our normal behavior. All right. So what I did, I'm trying to find there we go. Okay. So I have for us, I have actually, maybe let me do it this way. I have a step out that I did, and I did do some, -15 in Alberta. Yikes. So I did a step out, and then I have Mom's step out, and then a picture from the video, and I'll also put a link to the video just for your information in there. And I did a little bit of searching to see if they had produced a step out somewhere, and I did not find one.
I saw someone commented, and probably I think it was either on the just plain Zentangle site or someplace that attributed this pattern to Oki. I can't think.
Oh, any Okin? No, because
yes. I don't. And no, it's not her. It's not.
Okay.
Not hers, but
because when I went to Tangle Dreams, and I followed some of the links and went to their blog. Yeah, it's a different name.
Yeah, but it's not just a team.
It's not any
Tangles or Tangle Dream.
Right.
You'll put it in there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm just getting them set, which I should have had this done before. I thought I was all set, but but yeah, well, yeah. So I always like to give the proper credit, of course, and yeah, and I didn't look through the Tangle Dream site too much because there was, or the blog, I should say, is where it leads to, because there's a bunch of other stuff, and I didn't. Well, I could see if I could turn on the Google Translate and see what that does, but who knows? All right, so we will get this started, and yep, sure. Okay, I put all these links out. Okay, so here's a link now. I want to share the links first, and then we'll go and look through them and talk through it, and then we will do. And as a couple people had asked, whatever size, paper or whatever, you want to work on is fine. Because our task is to explore the tangle. And so whatever you want to use, half the time, let's say I didn't look and see what were you using? Did I see
I have a Zentangle out right now. But I had a thought.
Yeah. What's your thought?
Oh, I'm not going to tell.
Oh, okay. No, it's much better to be a surprise.
Well, I just thought of how I first saw this pattern done in a board.
Okay.
And I was, you said, I'm going to try to show how you can fill a whole thing with it.
Okay. And, or use it more as a filler. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
That's perfect.
Oh,
so
your step outs look very nice, Heather.
Thank you. I thought it was going to take a few more steps. I want to put the link for the video in here also. At least copying it. Nobody watched. Don't save the video for later. Everybody start watching
it
now. All right. So yeah, I have a format that's like a full page, and I thought it was going to take more boxes than it did, but I put that, so I just kind of modified it. But and I had I used all the boxes. You just don't see some of them because I got rid of them. The beauty of technology. But and then this is one of those where I was like, ugh. And then when I go back and look at it now, although you can't really see the shading I did, I'm like, oh, look at who did that. One of those kind. So, and to describe the Muka stroke, that's what we should call it, the Muka stroke.
Yes.
I'll do that. But, and I didn't put any arrows on here, which that might be an addition. We'll see.
You have them numbered, though.
I have them numbered, but like as far as how the stroke goes, because I've seen that on some.
I see.
Sometimes I think it's helpful. I'm not sure.
I think it would be very helpful because I suck at the Muka stroke.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
doing it for I don't know how many years, but any help you can give would be really good. And I don't know why, but when we go back down from the big bulbous head, I see that yours kind of looks skinny, at the ends, but I've seen them done like wider at the ends as well, at the bottom part. So I don't know. It's confusing to me.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
moms are thicker, so yeah. But so I will do that, and I'll go back, and then it'll just if you save the link and it doesn't work, and actually usually I leave them up versus deleting it, so that way it'll just be a different link that I'll send out later. So I will demonstrate the stroke, but if you picture, well, yeah, no, if you can see my cursor at all, let me make that bigger too. So like I'm starting on the upper line, and I'm just coming around and making a curved line, and then having it go back on itself, and then almost to a full orb there, and this will be whatever point you choose. Then coming back and auraing, and for those new to Zentangle, I'll explain it as I'm drawing. When we draw it, demonstrate it, and then you come back to that same point, and then you can do this without picking up your pen, going to box 2, come out the same way, and make a little bit smaller orb, and it's just that same stroke repeated over and over again. Thanks, Leslie. What my worry was with this one is the kind of the planning thing. Now, one thing that I noticed, and actually in the quickie I did yesterday, I got on my soapbox about because when I was watching their video and I see these very light lines, and I'm like, well, because it's like, oh, it looks so gorgeous, and I just try to do things freehand because I feel like that's my thing. I want to do that. But then again, when I did the border, I did my string like my frame like I normally would, and I did this on the outside. So I was like, okay, it helps to have that, but I don't want to always have that as a crutch. And so sometimes I get a little frustrated when I see it because it's so beautiful, and it's almost like to me sometimes it's like they talk about for women and photoshopping things, right? Models, it's like, oh, they're so perfect. Well, if you saw what they look like in real life, right? So that's where my perspective comes from. I want to be able to draw this freehand and feel like I'm doing something nice. And so as you can see, I kind of did. So anyway, and then so we do a set of 3, and then come off of the top, as you can see in box 4, going the opposite direction. And again, same stroke is just opposite. And then I'm going to say you could probably decorate this however you want, but what they did was just putting like 3 little curve lines in where you have a lot of room, and in between the two, where they go opposite right here, putting these 3 lines, and then putting 3 curve lines, then putting in some straight lines, so it just looks leafy, and then filling in in that negative space there, and then adding orbs. I know on theirs they added some what looked like phlox petals, and but anyway, I was pretty tickled with how it turned out, and I'm thinking we can celebrate. If you want to make it Valentine-y, you could put hearts in there. I think that you could decorate it however you want. Leafy or sleepy.
Oh, that's a good idea, Heather.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today. We're going, because like this part, yeah, you could just modify that however you want, and instead of orbs, you could put hearts. Or because I was picturing, gosh, right here where it's a nice bottom of a heart right here. Mm-hmm. That I think I'm going to do that on what I do. So yeah. Let me show moms.
Actually, I usually, as you can see in that open space between each little of the 3 things, I usually fill it with orbs. But in my variations, I showed you can do that little scallopy thing that they do. And I usually end up doing it more like flux, doing 3 loops, through 3 like petals rather than just the little scallopy thing. But I've seen
Oh,
also
yeah.
filling that in with lines too.
Oh,
You know, you can do anything you want.
right. It's your
And I did
tangle.
no shading on that.
Yeah, and yeah, it's in yours. I mean, it's still, it all comes from the same place, but see how mom's are, it's just a thicker aura. So when she comes, you know, does that, the bulby part, and that's where the, up to you, how thick or thin or whatever you want to do that.
And
Yeah.
I did it on line paper because that's all that was handy at the time.
That's right. Yeah. This wasn't cheating. All right. And so here is the picture of the tile that they were doing. It's in the lines that they had were so fine, but you'll see, like here, I mean, that's how you get that so straight. And I guess maybe it's just, yeah, being sensitive to that. It's like, you know, we're always comparing, and it's like, well, yeah, you too can be perfect if you put in guiding lines in there. So, but yeah, see how, I mean, theirs is even more bulbous. And like I said, that last link is the video, so that there's no talking. It's just music, and you just watch, and it's fascinating to watch somebody tangle. But oh, see here, like right here, they have this little flux shape. So it's not necessarily an orb, but you see in the second and third ones, they have kind of a fluxy type shape, and then there's some orbs in there. You just fill it in however you want, which I think is cool. It's beautiful tangle. So I don't want to take away from that. I just want to make sure, just because, I mean, we do our own thing, and that way we don't get into the, oh, I must make it look exactly like that. Nope. All right, so that is that. You have the links, and I gotta find my way out. There we go. Okay. Oh, right. I have to go back and say, all right, what did everybody say here? Okay. All right, let me first show. I'll just flip to the back here, just so that way we have this frame of reference on Muka, and we're saying that here. Okay. And well, and for Leslie, she said variations usually excite me, but not in Zentangle. But you know, the variations come. That's why there's no such thing as a mistake in Zentangle. It just becomes a variation. You know, like wonky, wonky is whimsical, and sloppy to me, I call it rustic. I'm gonna make we're gonna start our own little dictionary. Okay, so here is, this is regular Muka Maria style. And like I said, it starts, you know, at whatever point, and we're just making curve lines. Hers are just simple like this. And I forgot what the guy's name is that the inspiration. I know at our Red Robin they have the picture. Now I'm getting myself lost.
See, I think Rick and Maria's Muka should be named different things, because hers looks nothing like the bulbous thing we do.
Right. And so it's this, the stroke is the same. So,
Yeah,
so it's turning back, it's this point here. But you see how it's just this back and forth, you know,
yeah,
turning back on itself and aura-ing, right?
I'm great at that part.
That part, yeah. Yeah. And so the trick with Rick's version, you know, it's the same thing. And then, but you know, it's like, oh, just make a big, and I'm just going to stop there and move my hand, so because I'm trying to make sure everybody can see. And then, but it's the same stroke, because it's just like, it's almost like, whoops, oh, I kind of went a little crazy there. Oh, let's come back.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah. And then, you know, it's this is always, you know, turning back, and we're doing this back and forth, you know, type of thing, where we're flipping sides. So where Elegan is not that. Let me just, while I've messed up the back of this one, you know, it is just the one half. So if I can even, let's see if I can even do it right just here. See, and sometimes it's not so much. So just doing it on the one side, that's kind of sloppy. So
But I sometimes it's good if they touch like that, but
yeah,
sometimes they don't, and you just
right,
don't worry about it. You just
exactly.
put an orb in there.
Yeah. There's all kinds of options. So on this one, what I says I'm like, well, let me do it as a border as they showed, but in the Zentangle practice, we typically, we do our, and let's see. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to put in my 4 corners, maybe a little bit. Yeah, that's a good space. 4 corners, which is, well, actually it's step 2. And then our border. And this one, I did it more straight than wavy. And then I also, doing it this way, I didn't feel like I was just doing normal Zentangle, and then decide to do, I'm going to do this on the outside.
Oh, Kelly needs to shut off her camera.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Thank you, Kelly. Oh, I was going to say, we still have, it looks like we still have people joining. All right. So, how are you going to start yours off, Mom? Have you decided? Yeah, because I was going to say, where are the 4 corners in a circle?
Well, I think
I was just doing this for me.
I'm going to use a graphic pen to
Okay.
make it really bold so they can see what I'm doing better. My thought was to do a sort of straight line across my whole Zendala, and then filling in the open space with freeform ones.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my thought right now.
Okay. So I just take a deep breath. Because it's like, all right. And and then we all do the air draw thing. Let's see. And Leslie says, yeah, you would think it would get easier after all this time. No, Leslie, when you get different tangles, then it's just always different. And let's say I've been doing this, doing them for 10 years, but then I don't have the artist hand either. And like what Mom's doing, create, if you want to do it as a border, create the border lines. That's normal. And then we can fill it in. Mine is going to be, my border is the outside. I think I might go back around like I did on this one. We'll see how it ends up. It's the corners that always get you. But then at the same time, I'm not going to necessarily worry about the corners. But what I am going to do, I'm deciding where to start. Maybe I'll start this one more in the middle-ish. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, let's see. So what I did for mine Zelda is so in normal Zentangle, or in the Zentangle method, we'll say you do your 4 corners, your border to make the frame in pencil, and then you would do a string. And by the way, let's say the next class that is going to be that I'll have a fee for is going to be on strings. And just as a little plug, hopefully information coming out today. And then we would put the string, and then you do your tangles in ink. So this is in pencil. And then the pencil lines, you just work. They're a suggestion. You use them as a suggestion for, here's my border, or I feel like going across it. Okay, so I'm going to start mine. Yeah, see, and I think I did this on the video too. No. It was yesterday's, where I did, if you didn't see it, this one, which is 2SS2. And so as I was trying to do the other side, because it's one of those was like, I got to think about it too much. And I just kept talking, and it's my way of like putting it off type of thing, buying time. All right. So I'm going to do this first one. I'm going to make a curl.
Already half done, Heather. Where have you been?
I know. See, well, part of me was watching you. And I think it's okay. You don't have to do it all in one stroke. So you could stop like right there, and then continue it back. And I kind of like the thin lines, although I like Mom's too. I just, for whatever reason, my hand just wants to do that. Okay. Leslie asked how long were each of us casual tanglers before we decided to become teachers. I think it was like 3 years.
3 years. And it's
Yeah.
not that we were casual. It took us that long to save up enough money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me too. I did it for like 5 years, 6 years before I ever did the class as well.
And I was teaching it at the senior center where I volunteer, because if you volunteer, you can teach it without being a certified teacher. But you can't charge anything until you're certified.
Yeah,
So,
and we did it. Yeah, we went together. So there was a couple. I'm trying to remember how many like mother-daughter teams that there were. Maybe I want to say 9.
I don't think there were that many.
No? Okay.
I was thinking like 5.
Okay, that's probably
But
right.
I might, you know.
So I start off a little too close to the corner. I'm like, all right, so I'll start off with a challenge right now.
No, you can squeeze that in.
Yeah, I can.
Squeeze one in just in the corner.
Yeah.
And bring the first one around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that. And make it big, so it make that first one bigger, so it goes up into the corner.
Yeah. And so, some of this too, like when you're flipping the other side, you use the kind of like the takeoff and land idea. So you're tracing over a little bit. So like I'm tracing over here a little bit, and we'll just see where my hand decides to go. Right off the page, it just decided to go. Well, I didn't quite get in the corner, but that's okay. And I'm going to dare say too, and I said not looking at some of yours, but would you say, I mean, while you want these to be kind of smaller than they would naturally, I'm going to guess if I wanted, well, I could make it maybe close to this.
I would think you could make it bigger if you want to fill in that opening more. Yeah. You have no problem with that.
Like that. There we go.
And then if you do your 3 loopy thing, you can do it in the conjunction between those first 2, up to fill in the corner more.
Or I can do a little heart.
You could. Oh, yes, because you were talking about that. Yeah.
And then you leave a little aura room for whatever. But yeah, so Leslie, when we took it, I seemed like it was about like $1,700-$1,800, something like that.
Yeah, 17, and then it was 300 for our thing. So our travel.
Yeah, and at that time it included the hotel, and it was really all inclusive.
But online now it's not that much cheaper.
Right.
It isn't, and I would say wait till it goes back to in class to do it, because it's way worth more of your money that way. I did it number 23. This is Storm, and honestly, some of the stuff I got out of it was definitely being with people. So like way more than it was way more than the Rick and Maria show. So I would say, honestly, if you're considering doing it, wait until you can do it in person again. It's so much money to spend to not have that part of it.
I agree.
Yeah. And some of mine are coming out rather interesting, but you know what? That's why we have course corrections that we'll go into. And I have one. I decided I was going south or something. All right, and then part of me is remembering which direction am I going again? Am I going up or am I going down? I also decided. Oh, I think it was on this class, because you have to watch the video to see where I went awry on this one. I'm not going to tell you, and it doesn't look like it because it's so on this 2SS2 one. But I decided that for some of these I shouldn't talk and tangle at the same time. And I think that in my head, doing this makes me think of Enzeppel. And Alyssa, I did not know you were a CZT. Nice. Yeah, because I know that they're doing them. Yeah, they're doing them in Europe and in Asia. But and there were several that we went with that, you know, they just came to be like better tanglers, or, you know, for that experience versus, you know, being able to teach it, because they really don't teach you how to teach. But you what you learn, you want to say, when I'm learning something, I'm learning, and then at the same time, how do I?
They do teach you about earning, though.
What's that?
Not to learn, but they teach you how to earn.
Oh,
didn't they do that in your class?
I don't think so. We didn't talk about really anything business wise. That was kind of
they did in ours. They must have learned something, because you guys, what number were you again? I'm sorry.
20.
Yeah, they must have learned something between 20 and 23, because they gave us a whole bunch of handouts and stuff about like what you can charge for, what the legal part was, all kinds of stuff.
Well, we got some of that. Yeah.
Something.
Oh, you did? Okay, I thought so. I was going to say you must have gotten that.
Yeah.
Looking beautiful, ladies. Your drawings there.
Thank you. You know, and let's say, if anyone's just like, I'm looking at mine, and you know, and it's like going, ugh, it's just like, just wait, you know. Oh yeah, because and that was what was nice about it, because there were some things that they opened our eyes to. It was like, well, like, you know, don't go sign a book deal, you know, make sure to talk to us, you know, and some of those kind of, you know, things that, like, well, I wouldn't have had any idea necessarily about that, but anyway. You know, and so this is fun. And then so Mom, so as you're filling in, how are you deciding? Well, actually, or maybe when you go to the other side, how are you deciding like where to start? Because that's where I get stuck with some of these.
I just started at this end and did it, and then did one this way, and then did this one. But then I also came back. I had this big open space, so I just came back and fitted in another little one and a little one this way.
Okay.
You know, I think the more times anybody does it, they'll start seeing, oh yeah, I can do another one here and there, you know.
Right. You know, one thing I've noticed, I noticed in the video, wait, I have to work on my loosey-goosiness. Do I need more or less? Because, you know, it could go either way. What was I thinking? Oh, what I noticed on their video, and let me do it on this one, is that, okay, so like here's, we'll call it a, you know, one stem going back. Then when they came back the second time, they would pull away, like so, I thought. And maybe it was two, some and some not so much. Because that also helps to build this part up, so that way then the bulbs are naturally a little bit smaller as we're filling them in, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, see, yours pull away more than theirs. Yeah, rustic. Mine's rustic.
And you know, and I don't even pay attention to that as I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just do it. And then, like I say, some places I fill in with like these little petal sort of flux shapes. And then if it's too small, I just fill it in with orbs. I like what they did with filling in the background. Like on here, I've done it in my border, filling in all those little crevices with black, except some of them I can't quite see, but I like that. I like that look to, you know, give it more definition. But it isn't something I usually do. I usually just put an orb in there or two.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
just squish them all in to make them fit.
Right. Maybe I'm doing, so I have this now where this last place is like, well, I can do it this way because this was under, the next one would be over, although here's another over. I had the same problem on the other one. I just didn't worry about it, but I'm thinking I might that's why I'm hesitating. I'm like, well, let's just see if I do this one.
Air draw it.
Yeah, I think I can do. Yeah, I can do this one. Oh, I'll just because this comes at a weird angle.
Oh, here's what you could do.
I'm thinking this.
Well, since you don't have any real plans for the middle of what you're
No.
doing, off of that last one, that bare one you have in the corner,
Yeah.
you could do a big swooping one that comes right into the middle of your whole thing. Really large. Come off of that right into the middle of your square. No, a little like where the corner of your border, where
Right
your
here.
border come, but gently from no, the other way, because naturally, see, naturally that one no.
Because I'm picturing this way.
No, it should
From this
go.
one.
No, where you had it.
Okay.
I
know you're drawing it and I can't see you.
No, wait, let me duplicate what you have there in the corner.
Yeah, I was thinking
like that. And then here
Yeah.
is your corner.
Yeah.
Come off of this down like this into the hole, but bigger. Right?
So like that.
Yes, like that.
Ooh,
Only
but if I could do that and go
big,
halfway.
Yeah, but make it a big circle to like fill in that whole square.
Make a heart shape, Heather, with two sweeping ones.
See, I was thinking, yeah, because I'm like going,
Oh,
yeah,
yes. That would be a good idea too.
I'll do it halfway.
And
then
then come back over in your other side, your other corner. No, if you want to keep with Muka, I mean with this Elegan, go up, move. You know, after you do that, just half.
Right.
Half, okay.
And then blah blah blah, and then
all right. Now go up. Come off of. Go up. Wait a minute. Go up towards your other corner where your hand is resting.
Yes.
Now, the corner on the right.
No, other right?
Other right.
Okay.
That big one, go down one.
This one?
Swoop off of that big one. No, that wouldn't work. Never mind.
You know what?
You'll figure it out.
Oh, all right, you two. Clearly, you need to meet by yourself.
Let's see. Well, Steph, I'm glad that you joined today. This probably should have been a tough. No, we'll call it this. This is Tough Tangle Thursday instead. Yeah. No, my left. No, your left. No, that's upside down. It depends on which direction my camera's at. All right. So what I'm going to do half of it, and then and actually, Steph, you should be able to scroll up through. You've just missed this one. Okay, good. If you're, I was worried that maybe you joined us. You're just joining us now, say because the step out should be up, but if you might have to just scroll up. But I think I was just misunderstanding. So I was tempted to, because but I didn't want to wait on this one because on I don't remember what I had planned for Tough Tangle Tuesday, but I will tell you as I'm doing this. Let's see, I'm taking a big deep breath here. Let's see if I can do this halfway ish. All right. So next week, Thursday. Okay, well, good. So, well, we're glad that you're back, Steph. We're gonna do Hardy Waybop. So we've done Waybop like a long time ago, and I don't think I have the picture handy. But some of you know what Waybop is. I think we just did Waybop, period. And but we'll just focus on Hardy Waybop since it will be the Thursday before Valentine's Day, and that will be fun. Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come off the same one, but I'm not going to finish this one yet. I'm going to just do the other side. No. That way I can see. And then part of me even wonders, well, you know, could you also, if you have enough room, do more than the 3? And I'm going to dare say you probably
sure.
could.
Why not?
What I should have done in here is I should have just done a muka is what I'm thinking, but nah, we'll just. But yeah, I would think that, yeah, like this, I have a lot bigger space, so why not? Or a lot
Or
longer.
you could just draw a little heart down there in the space you have left, and then draw one up in the top in the space. But you still have to finish your little. You still have to put.
Oh, this space, yeah. This is my putting it off. I'm buying time as I think about it. No, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip this one. Yeah, why not? I'm just going to have it come off of the border. And then I got a lot of cleanup work to do here with all of these lines that kind of are going in, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so what? Depending on, well, actually, I mean, it's good that you're doing it a little bit different, Mom, and we did explain, you know, the decorating part. So let me find a place here. Well, actually, like right number. Oh no, that's right. I was going to do hearts. Well, maybe I'll do a combination because this. Well, no, I can do it right on here. Then I can be consistent. So if you wanted to do those and you haven't done them yet, this, what do we call it? Do you call it like a scallopy?
Yeah,
thing?
I don't know if there's a technical name for it.
No, right.
I think there's a real tangle though that does that 3 little scallopy thing. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm pretty sure I've seen one.
Yeah, I mean, they use it kind of in henna drum.
Yeah, that's true. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a flowery one that they seem to use that.
Maybe it was in, you know, the other lady that does the tangle patterns. I think it might have been her.
Oh, Linda Farmer.
No. She's not a CZT. She has patterns.com instead of tangle patterns.com.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that person.
that one.
Who has many tangles.
Yeah. Well, let's see. And I did some fluxes here. I could alternate them, but so, and it's just like at the top of this space here, and you're just, you know, doing a little like a lowercase m, if you will, and then just bringing up some straight lines. And what I like to do with that is just you kind of flick your pen at the end, so that way it tapers off versus, you know, making a deliberate mark. And it just, I don't know, it makes it, it's almost as cool as the line ...
Well, I do that on my 3-prong things, my 3 loops, like flux too.
Oh yeah.
But you could do like you just did. You could do the line ... And actually in my whatever we're calling the big C-shaped thing, a lot of time, and I'm going to do it on this, I'll do that in the middle.
Oh, yeah, like that. Well, like a fescue type.
Yeah, like a fescue thing.
Yeah.
Do these lines in here.
Yeah, and it has such a different look when you lift off the pen at the end and it tapers off.
Yeah.
You know, it's just another nice option if you don't feel like doing the line ... Uh-oh, Leslie got booted. Well, I'm glad you're back, Leslie. And yeah, and Showgirl is a different tangle, but it kind of has this well, kind of like what Mom's doing with the flux. It's a more rounded type of thing. So that's another one that's, I think, on my list of ones that we haven't tried yet. But anyway, so if you're doing that and then filling in behind in that little negative space, which is also a great opportunity if you something you didn't like. Yeah, this one you'd only really have control over that, or if it's this area. And I hopefully, let's see, that one that I did. Oh yes, I can. That'll fix that one problem I have, and I'm going to do that right now. But I just wanted to show this real quick because once you get that filled in, especially the back, getting the darkness filled in, it just looks so neat. And it
looks so elegant.
It does. And I finished that place. I'm gonna do some of. Oh no, I was gonna do. No, I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do those. No, I'm gonna do like that. I'm just gonna do a double. And here, let's see if I do a little bit of a double here, and then what I'm gonna do for this one here is I'm going to fix with a nice little course correction. And the course correction is, this is how there are no such thing as mistakes in Zentangle. See, that one I went weird. But when you're filling in, you can, nobody knows that looked like it did just a minute ago. Ah, I love it. So yeah, I'm just going to do 2 bumps so that way they kind of look like hearts. Just because I want to. I think I might come back and maybe color those in, pinks and reds or something. Here, I'm not sure, so I'm just going to leave it. And that's a nice strategy too, if you're not exactly sure. If you're not exactly sure, what to do where, just leave it, and something will inspire you, and then you can always come back. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. There. Oh, that's a little teeny one. I think that makes it look really, really neat. And let's see, and let's say, and other things like what Mom's doing is just adding orbs wherever you might want to fit something in that you just don't know.
Wherever there's an open space.
Yeah, and so what's neat, and I'm talking more than I'm tangling because I'm watching. I like to watch Mom, and we all get mesmerized by that. Because like I see some finished work that is so, I don't know what the word is, so elaborate looking and so neat looking, and a lot of that, number one, is in filling in like this, but then with the shading. I know some of them will add colors and whatnot, but just kind of picking out what do you want to have up in the forefront, and then shading to make those things in the forefront, and then push everything back. It's just neat. So some of these little areas of mine, it's like, okay, I'm not going to be able to fit much of anything in there, but that's where the, either an orb or and actually for those that are new, the flux shape is, I think, I'm trying to remember if that's what Maria had called a tethered orb one time, but it's just like this, where it's just you're starting at a point, you're coming out, making a curved line and coming back to that point, kind of like a leaf. Or that one actually can kind of do a, like this, a bulby type look, and that, we just kind of stack them, pour them over it, one of those. It doesn't matter. Actually, this is flux, and or you can do them, more straight, and then adding that, the line. This is my favorite with the line dots, which then all of a sudden makes it look like it's just amazing. And adding little orbs in. Okay, I've distracted myself. Oh, and maybe if I do it this way. Yes. I'm going to try to do little hearts instead of orbs just because. But when I'm doing them, I'm also leaving a little space, so kind of like an aura space. And if I neglected to say what that means, auraing is just, it's like an outline. And so like here, if I'm auraing this curve, and it's outlining, but also outlining like with the contours intact. And I'm debating. Well, no, I think I decided I was going to color those in. I was almost thinking I could put those couple lines, but then it might end up looking like something else. So I don't know. Let's see. Oh, see, that's so gorgeous, man. Oh, and Patricia says she's doing some rounding, and that makes a big difference. Yeah, rounding is another great thing. Where, Patricia, where are you putting the rounding at? I mean, it could actually, because rounding is just like any corner, and you just round it and fill it in.
Or you can't do that where you filled it in like you have. Which,
right. Well,
yeah.
Because it's like this is kind of rounding. If I was, well, I'm going to fill it in anyway. But so like it would be here. Oh, well, it could be even, if I decided not to do anything here, you could round, in between these little gaps where I'm putting little hearts instead. I could still round a little bit if I wanted to. Oh, okay, right, on the outsides. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea too. Well, and like I said, it adds a little weight. So like I could do like right here. And for, it makes it look finished. I think that's what we had said one time before. So I guess I'm just kind of filling in that gap, as you can see. Now I'm going to do them all the way around. And here, because I have this big gap, I'm not sure what. Well, let's see if I'm just going to put a little. Could put more than one, I suppose, but. And then let's see, what are we doing? Oh gosh, we're right up to time. So for some other shading, so if you've been watching Mom, because she's doing an amazing shading job. So yes, we're finishing. So looking at hers, so around the outside of these, and let's see, let me flip to this one that's more done-ish. So some ideas.
A lot of it depends on how big or little you've made your design too.
Right. Because, and let me just doing these. So I put some graphite, just leaving a little bit of a gap. You know, and you can do like that. You can also, depending, yeah, because a lot of it depends on how you ended up doing it. Where things converge, if you want to add a little extra graphite just because it seems to call for it, you could do that as well. I kind of like this where it's, you know, on the outside. And like I said, I'm not doing it right up to the edge, but just a little bit away from it. It kind of gives a bit of a, you know, besides a rounded look, it can make it look a little like a pearl, so to speak. Or you can go full bore, you know, making them into gems with some color and using the white jelly roll. Even if you do this, you could still use the white jelly roll just to add a little swoosh of shine, you know, in the dark area if you wanted to. So, oh well, no, Jen, you have to save it, and then when we do the Transcend class, then you have material for it. You don't have to sacrifice anything else. And let me share that. And we'll have. I want to see what everybody did, and I can't find that, which of course I. Oh, here. Wait. Nope. I put it somewhere else. I need to leave those ones out. So, yeah. So if you didn't like what you did, save it because there's other things we can do with those tiles. So, yeah, if you want to open up and let's see what everybody did. Oh, Jessica, that's nice. I love all those colors. Oh, and big hearts. Nice ideas.
Oh my goodness, that Joyce. I was trying to catch Joyce's. Oh, that's beautiful, Joyce. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love all of them.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, look at Rosemary. See, that's gorgeous. I love that. Yeah, and just filling it with orbs and adding that shine and the color.
And look at Patricia's, the border. See how she made one segment a little bit bigger coming into the center?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's gorgeous. Okay, hold them up for a second. This is everybody getting on. Oh, but you know, I'm going to do the other.
Jill has to hold her picture up.
Okay.
We just see her. She's waiting. Up a little bit higher. That looks good. Sort of. Oh, Sandy. Beautiful.
Okay, I'm not seeing okay, because apparently now I have 2 pages.
Jill's
so yeah.
is blurry.
It is.
Jill, yours is blurry.
Yeah, hold it a little closer. And it could be the camera. And I did put my email in it, so if you want to email it. Yeah, hold it up just a little.
I like Michelle's. She did a big
oh, nice.
I love that.
Okay, so yeah, hold them up towards the camera, and then I'm going to share my screen so everybody can see. I didn't say that earlier.
Jill, a little higher.
Okay.
Higher?
There you go.
There you go.
There you go, Jill. Oh, almost.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, hold them steady for 1 second.
The right direction? Okay.
Oops, no, hold on 1 second. Let me get this again.
That's good.
Oops, and Lynn is a black screen. There we go. Okay, hold on.
On mine.
Okay, I just saw it on mine. Let me paste this. Okay, and then let me go to page 2. And okay, and keep them holding up. And Patricia, hold yours up again. There we go. Yeah, there we go. All right, I hold them steady, and then I will. I thought they would do this all on 1 page, but print screen. Okay, I think I got it. Oh, and Sharmila, that is lovely. Okay, let me paste this. Okay, click. And oops, not what I wanted to do. But let me save it.
Oh, Diane, yours is lovely. I love them going out from the center. I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Oh, heck, I guess I'll have to join in again tonight and do it that way.
Yeah, I'll put my email in there again. And 1 second, let me get this AM1. And then
Can we put these down now?
yes, go ahead. Yeah, I got them both. I think I've got everybody's. And let me save as AM2, and then I'm going to share. Okay, and then I'll have to do some converging, and what I really need to do is I can even post them.
Sherry says you could do it as a spiral. That would be fun. Yeah, Sherry, you go ahead and do that.
I saw one. Okay, Sherry. Oh. Uh-oh.
I see several.
See, hold on. Let me go. Oh, I see. I pasted it almost over one. Okay, so here's the second page right here, just so you can see. And then let me really
show the pages because I'm not seeing them.
let's see. Hold on one second.
Heather, we're not seeing the pages, or at least I'm not.
All right, and
she's working on it.
All right, are you seeing them all now?
No.
Let me try.
No.
Seeing the bottom ones.
Oh, look at Elaine's here, and I don't know if I got that. If I didn't get it, then let me start the screen share again, because I think I got everybody's. And if I didn't, if you want to just email it to me, let me do entire screen. That might have been the problem. Okay, and if I can see where I'm at. Photos.
Still can't see it.
All right, are you seeing now?
Yes, sort of. Alyssa did a spiral.
Yes.
She's very brave.
Yeah, but so this is page 1. So if yours isn't on here, I have a page 2. And yeah, let's say I like Michelle's.
Wait, don't take away page 1 yet.
Okay. Well, so, and
okay. Thank
Margaret's, I like that coming from different angles like that and splitting. That's neat.
And like I say, you can fill in with them. It doesn't have to be one continuous sort of thing.
Right.
I just think it's just fun.
Very neat. Okay, so here's sort of page 2. I pasted it on top of the other, but I saved it as a different file, so I have some cutting and pasting to do. But yeah, so here's Patricia's with that going down just a little bit like that. That's neat idea. Neat. Oh, and I like, so here's you did that good. So here with making them in the middle like that. That's nice. Very, very cool. They're all gorgeous.